Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John here, my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Dan, I'm croaky. It's no jokey.
You're croaky. It's that time of year. It's raining. No one's bought any Christmas presents yet. Town's packed. It's a nightmare.
If anyone's listening who wants to get me some Christmas presents, I'd accept Strepsils.
Is that your preferred lozenge?
It is. What others are there? Oh, Hall Soothers.
Yeah, lockets.
Locket. Fisherman's Friends, I suppose. It's not really a lozenge, but it has the same effect.
Definitely not a lozenge. That's more for clearing your airways, isn't it? Rather than soothing your...
I'm looking for both. I'm looking for dual action.
Right, okay. In that case, I'd go some sort of mentholated variety of one of the previous brands mentioned.
Excellent, thank you. Do you reckon anyone does a these are medicines we like podcast? Wouldn't last
drugs,
long.
Yeah, probably drugs. Illegal
yes.
drugs or, drug abuse.
Yes, but not over-the-counter pharmaceuticals.
Probably not.
It's not very interesting. Scrap it. Scrap the idea.
What can you like? You could say some are effective. We can't really like them, can you? Some people might like the taste of Cowpole.
Yes.
But that's because it's very sweet.
Do you used to have that banana one?
I don't remember the banana one. It was always the strawberry one in my house.
No, it wasn't Cowpole. It was like banana medicine for a poorly child.
No, we just...
that was me.
We just add Lucozade.
Oh, yeah. My mum still swears by it.
Mm.
What's wrong, Mum? Cancer. Lucozade, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
Get a big bottle.
Get a big bottle and a Snickers. Anyway, I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks for your concern, everyone. But we're here to talk about Exeter City's 2-1 defeat away to the Trotters.
Yeah, Rodney and the Trotters.
Rodney and the Trotters at the Tough Sheet Stadium. Stupid nickname.
Well, that's what happens when you whore out your stadium, isn't it? You know, something we've not done yet, but, I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, why don't they do that? That would raise a bit of money, wouldn't it?
The Lucozade Stadium.
They won't be interested, but let's think smaller. The Bags of Choice Stadium.
Good. Like it. There's loads of jokes there.
Oggy Oggy Pasty, if they're interested.
Of course. You know what it'll be? It'll just be the Guildhall Shopping Centre Stadium.
Well, fine.
Wow.
That sounds quite grand.
Is that going to pay enough?
Well, I don't know how much it brings in because, we need money. They were kind of cap in hand to the supporters for that 100 grand after the fire.
Yeah.
Is it not worth 100 grand to just go
Surely.
Everyone still call it St James Park. No one's going to go if they call it no one's going to call it the Guildhall Shopping Centre St James Park, are they? Do you mean they're just going to call it St James Park?
Yes.
They would have coughed up 100. I can't imagine they're particularly flush, are they? I know they sponsor a couple of players.
Well, didn't we ask about getting a Big Bang Theory advertising board? And it was more than we thought.
To be asked about that?
I think we were like, maybe we should get an advertising. I think they were advertising for new people.
Okay.
And I was just kind of interested. And wasn't it
I remember we were going to try and sponsor
we were
players,
a player.
sort of third kit socks or something. And it was about
maybe
£5.
It was that, and then they offered us some advertising hoarding.
Right, yeah.
Anyway,
what, digital or analogue?
It was analogue. It was back in the analogue days.
Right.
That sliding board was just a twinkle in Taggy's eye.
Anyway.
I think 100 grand, you're right. You'd ask, why can't,
Well, everyone else does it, don't they,
Times are hard.
I get it when the first one did it and you think, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I prefer it without it.
Yeah.
But if everyone else is doing it and we haven't got any cash.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah,
I do know. Okay.
The Carpet Stadium.
Yeah.
Is he still interested? Or has he gone off now?
I think they've folded.
Have they?
I think Carpet closed down, didn't it?
Wait, but carpets are more popular than ever.
Are carpets more popular than ever?
You can't get an AI carpet. You think it's future-proofed industry.
Yeah, but are they more popular than ever? Just that there's more houses, is that what you mean?
Is there more houses?
Is there?
I don't know, they're not building any, are they?
Well,
maybe people like sort of wooden floorboards more now, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Have we covered carpets before? bigbangpod@gmail.com.
They're not even sponsored by them anymore. We should be talking about motorbike parts.
If we could be called the Kawasaki Stadium, that's cool.
Yeah.
The Yamaha
the Hell Stadium.
Hell Stadium.
Do they not want to do it?
Probably use their money on the shirt sponsor, don't they?
Welcome to hell.
Good. Sells itself.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe they do want to, just need convincing. And my favourite bit of motorbike brake is made by Hell, even though I've never actually owned a motorbike myself. I'm more of a push bike man myself. If they made brakes for push bikes, I'd think about getting some.
Okay, we could start a bidding war, couldn't we? Like maybe the church would want to go in all together. Welcome to Heaven Stadium, and then Hell could be like, well, we'd rather.
We could have both, and then we could alternate,
or just Heaven and Hell.
Yeah,
good name for a ground.
The Heaven and Hell Stadium.
Yeah. All right. You can thank us later, marketing department.
Well, they're clearly sat twiddling their thumbs, aren't they? Doing nothing.
Right, tough sheet.
Yes, we lost.
But we were winning.
We were winning, yeah.
So, as we expected, they were all guns blazing. Really,
they're good, aren't they? They're good. They are good.
Schumacher in charge, not Michael, not Ralph. Stephen, their cousin.
Not Michael.
No.
So it's still in that mysterious coma, isn't he?
I think he's at home now, isn't he?
Can you not be at home in a coma?
Homer. No, I think he's awake at home, isn't he?
Fair enough.
Ralph, still around.
Right.
But Stephen, flourishing.
He's doing well. They were quite good. We had a bit of a changed side. John Lee's injured again.
Short term.
Well, is it? They don't know. Caldwell said he didn't know.
Come on, Gaz.
And then he sort of had a vague dig at him for not
did he?
Warming down or
I missed
something.
that. Yeah. What, he didn't warm down at the
Well, I don't know. Something like that, yeah. He was basically saying they should all be as professional as Josh McGuinness. Right.
Who's now injured.
So that go for you, Josh. Should have tried being a bit less professional, maybe. So it was Swinkles and Luca Woodhouse in there. Obviously, Jack Fitzwater was suspended, having picked up, the maximum amount of yellow cards you're allowed. Mm-hmm. That was the last game though for that now, so it starts again. The clock starts again now.
Yes.
And they both did really well, considering that neither of them have really played. I thought they did really well. We defended. All we did was defend, really.
Yeah.
For the first half, for most of the game, but for the first half, they had. What was the little fellow on the right's name? Dubry, Cozier Dubry, or whatever his name is, and he looked good. But I thought that they dealt with him really well down that side. Macmillan involved in that kind of department, and one of the centre backs, can't remember which one. Let's say it was Woodhouse. Pretty sure it was. They dealt. I mean, we limited them to not that many chances, and then we were gifted.
Really was
the lead. They've got sort of Manuel Neuer style goalkeeper.
Well, he wasn't just far out of his goal. He's far out of his goal to one side.
Well, he's getting involved.
Way too much.
Yeah.
There'd been a couple of close calls. Well, not close calls, but I was looking.
Well, he's been really high up the pitch, wasn't he?
Really high up the pitch.
The thing is, it's a risky one, isn't it? Because you see, even with the best ones, I said Neuer, he's sort of the
cream of the crop.
The current example of, and it works really well. You got extra man in. That high up the pitch, essentially in midfield half the time, and that was what they're doing. But then, it is risky. One mistake, and you can get punished. And Aitchison picks it up on the right hand side and just sort of places it in really from about near the halfway line.
Very, very good because it creeps in, doesn't it? It's only just inside the post.
Yeah,
he didn't have much of an angle. I don't think he had many places he could have put it. Excellent finish. His excellent form continues. Man who couldn't score for Toffee, scoring.
Yeah, which is good.
Was really very helpful. I think we were talking about that just a few weeks before he started scoring, weren't we? And he's really done what.
Well, it's the only thing you ever really say about him, isn't it? Really, that he looks good, but he never gets any goals or assists. But so he's added that now, and I hope it continues.
Yeah.
Or is he playing himself? Is he looking for a move away? I don't know.
Trying to get in the Scotland squad for the World Cup.
Well, he'll do well because they've got some good players in that kind of position.
They have. Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny, in it, Scotland. Some of you got like McTominay, Robertson. Obviously, this is true of all small countries, isn't it? And then you got loads of League One players.
Yeah. Always the way.
Always the way.
Boring thing. Was it Norway? Is it Norway that Haaland plays for?
Yeah.
They got him.
Yeah.
And then some of the rest of the team.
Yeah. In the World Cup, though.
So shocking. Yeah. Yeah, so
that was half time.
Half time, we really held on.
It was a lot of defending.
A lot of defending. McGuinness it's such a good decision to put McGuinness in for that game.
Yeah. By
Caldwell. Obviously, McGuinness would have been frustrated by not getting much game time.
Bolton's his old club.
It's totally the right kind of like off a vibes based kind of decision and a kind of tactical decision. Absolutely spot on from Caldwell to put him in. Excellent hold up play, strong, but
well, he's there, don't you? If you're a defender,
you know he's there. He'll give you some problems. But then he got injured when we're still 1-0 up.
Yeah,
and Wareham came on. Not that Wareham's to blame for this, but I don't know. I feel like maybe having him there kind of.
Well, it's just different, isn't it?
Was helping.
So that was on the hour. McGuinness went off.
Yeah.
And then they'd scored by 70. There were quite a lot of chances to get rid of it, weren't there?
It's Brearley that gives it away initially in it, but yeah, and then they'd only just hit that same post a few minutes before, and then they hit it again, but this time somebody taps it in. A shame, but you think, a real shame, because we
70 minutes of excellent defence.
You might say it's an unambitious way to play, but we very nearly got away with it. And we probably, I think after that, it was just a bit. Perhaps if they'd scored that, I don't know if they'd gone 1-1 a bit earlier even, but at that point it was kind of like I feel like that sapped our momentum a little bit. The second one felt like it was going to come.
Yeah, if the equaliser had come either earlier or later,
yeah,
might have been a different story. But
yeah, second one, a bit more avoidable probably, but again, I think imagine how hard it must be to play that way.
Yes.
I know all football's hard, but and then Niskanen gets caught. I think he loses sight of his man. It's the guy Gale who'd come on, and then he's just too close to him, and he goes round him with ease, and then it's a lovely finish curled into the bottom corner, isn't it? And then that's pretty much the end of that. We didn't really have any.
Well, that was on about 80, wasn't it?
Reece Cole came on, which is good to see him back. I think he did have a shot, but that was about it for our chances.
I mean, if we hadn't gone 1-0 up and we'd lost 1-0, we'd think, yeah, frustrating that we get to an hour and we're ahead, isn't it? I suppose that's the big frustration. They're always going to be a difficult team to play there. They're in some mad run of form at home.
I mean, yeah, of course. At the end, I don't think anyone's beat them at home this season.
Right.
At the end of the season, it won't be if we get relegated. When we look back at the season, it won't be this match that we see as like where it went wrong. And let's not forget we lost 7-0 there a couple of seasons ago and stayed up. So
indeed,
but only one, so it keeps the goal difference not too shabby, and that could be really important.
Indeed. So at various points during the afternoon, even when we were behind and drawing, the table was leaping all over the place. Frustratingly, it's leapt in the wrong direction for us. So we're now sat in 22nd, so in the relegation zone. Port Vale are bottom with 15 points. Ourselves and Blackpool have got 20 points. And then Argyle in 21st up to Reading in 18th have got 22. Burton and Mansfield 23. Rotherham, Northampton 24. So again, we're not yet out of sight of these teams. It could, of course, all pull apart fairly quickly.
There's such a long way to go. Yeah, I'm not in the slightest bit. I am worried. I'm not worried about where we currently sit in the table. It's more about kind of how I think we're playing all right.
I agree.
I think that Bolton game's maybe not come at the best time, but I think the performance is enough.
Yeah,
it was good enough. We could take some heart from it, no doubt about it. That was a good performance. Teams will play a lot worse than that there, who are better than us.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. We were in it for a full hour.
It's
we
not
were ahead for an hour and in it for longer.
It's not a gauge of where we are or what the outcome of the season will be.
No, slightly concerned about John Lee, but when you see Swinkles in particular come in, you think, well, that's backup enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Woodhouse too did himself plenty of credit.
I thought they both looked good, and then there's Turns in there as well, and Fitzwater. What is it? Do you get two? Is it a 2 game ban? Just one.
One for accumulated yellows. Yeah.
So he'll be back in as well.
Yeah.
And then Cole coming back as well is another.
That's right.
Coming back is another kind
McGuinness
of
being injured
positive.
is a worry. Now we haven't largely relied on him this year, but he's such a useful person for that kind of game and for other kind of situations.
Yeah.
What do we know? A twisted ankle of some kind, ankle damage.
Don't know. The other person that came and played and came off was Sonny Cox. I mean, a big ask.
Yeah.
It's
out for ages.
It's a long story we've had with Sonny Cox. I mean, there are various opinions out there, but on that game alone, I thought he did okay. We didn't really offering a huge amount going forward.
No, it's an impossible
hard to
task
say.
almost.
Obviously, yeah, it's not him in our starting lineup. Is not going. I don't think offers our strongest options. But needs must. We've got to use the squad. We might have to use the squad even more after January. We'll see how that goes after the transfer window's over and done with.
Yeah.
And then other injury things. There is some suggestion that Carlos Mendes Gomez going to play on Tuesday night. Is there some sort of game on Tuesday night?
West Brom. Is that tonight or tomorrow?
Is it Tuesday night today?
Today's Monday.
It won't be today then. I think it's tomorrow, isn't it?
You could well be.
Wait, West Brom. What's that?
Under 21s.
Are we still in the Papa John's?
No, we're out of that. That was the Luton game that we got beaten.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
yeah.
You're right. Tomorrow night, Premier League Cup under 20. It's us against West Brom under 21s. So there's mention of him, is there?
There's mention of him doing. I think Colboy said there's mention of him playing a bit.
That would be really helpful.
And also Ryan Rydell.
Oh right.
So
okay.
And what about this other fella, Colin Daniel or whatever his name is? Where's he?
He's long gone, isn't he, Colin Daniel?
What's the other one called?
Danny Andrew.
Long
term, innit?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think when he went out, they said it's going to be a couple of months.
Ugh.
What's he been out now?
I don't know, but that's a real shame, innit? Because, like I said, Macmillan did a decent job there, but
he's a good player.
It's not the same.
Andrew. Mendes
Macmillan
Gomez
is not whipping many crosses in with his left foot,
no,
put it that
not.
way.
Mendes Gomez back in would be very helpful, especially if McGuinness is injured for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's tomorrow night, under 20... City against West Brom under 21s.
Keep an eye on it. Maybe you could watch it online. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
Stream it.
I think you can stream it, can't you?
Surely.
Like,
give that a watch if you've got nothing better to do. Or, you haven't... Maybe you're watching Home Alone or Die Hard or...
no streaming.
No streaming. Well, keep an eye on...
But... Perkins will give us an interview afterwards.
Oh, thank God.
So that's almost as good.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
It is only £6.
Well, look forward to that. Wait, is it at home?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you could go.
You can go, £6.
But maybe, you might be doing other things. Carol singing.
A
lost art now, isn't it, carol singing, probably? You probably don't get too many...
2 kids doing our road the other night.
Carol sings around because of pedos.
2 lads.
Really?
Yeah.
How old?
12.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Knocking, and I didn't. My brother-in-law told me this, so he said, "What are you doing, lads?" And he said, "Carol singing. Give us a quid." And he said, "What for? Charity?" And they were like, "No. We're poor. We haven't got any money for presents." So he doubted their story, given that they were wearing nice threads and a nice bicycle they were on, but he cashed out anyway.
God, sounds like what's your brother-in-law on about there? It sounds a bit Daily Mail to me.
No comment.
Well, they've all got big screen TVs and they've all got mobile phones.
The kids said,
I
we
don't
haven't got
think
any
you have
money.
to introduce. I thought the idea of carousing is you don't introduce it. You go, not hello. What? How can I help you? We're going to do some carol singing. You open the door and then they start up. Good King Wenceslas.
They weren't doing that.
Straight
apparently.
up.
They weren't doing that apparently.
Yeah, well, that's how you do it, because that's how you give people no choice but to pay you.
Take it up
Because when you finish,
the
they
lads.
can't go like. You can't then go like. Not pay because you've already had the product.
Yeah,
the lovely
clever.
carol.
It's clever. Like people who give you a bunch of flowers in tinfoil in town, and you take them thinking someone's just giving you flowers, and then they ask for a quid.
Yeah, and if you don't give them the quid, you're in trouble.
Anyway, he gave them the money, but
Good.
there was the discourse in advance.
Right. If you're listening, lads, you don't do the discourse. That's how it works.
Okay,
You sort of force them.
interesting. That's the spirit of Christmas there.
Well,
All right.
needs must. Well, so that.
Yeah, if you're not doing that, goes to the football.
Yeah.
It's only £2. In fact, they earned it by just 2 doors worth of carol singing.
I thought you said it was £6.
£2 for under 18s.
Oh, right. Yeah. And if you're over,
I'm a grown man.
if you're over 18, don't go carol singing.
Unless you're a very grown man.
Or if
that's
you're ancient.
£4, yeah.
I would accept carol singers under the 12 and under,
Yeah.
or 75 and above.
There was a guitar orchestra playing in the Guildhall on Saturday.
Guitar
Raising money
orchestra.
for... You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. What's a guitar orchestra?
It's codgers who are 2 weeks into guitar lessons, and they've sat down, set up all their music stands, and they're lightly strumming along to whatever carol it was.
What, all on the guitar? No other instruments?
No. You must have seen this before.
No, I've never heard of this concept.
Nylon string guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the sight.
Are they any good?
No, they're no good, but they're trying really hard and they're raising money.
Well, okay.
I mean, what do you mean by good? Good that they're charitable.
No, are they good at the guitar?
They're not good at the guitar, I'm
Right,
afraid.
okay.
Sorry if you're listening. But really good effort.
No.
Yeah, raising money. When's the last time you raised money?
I'm
Got a scam going with some carol singing.
I've done very little fundraising in my time.
There you go.
I'm more of a kind of I've always been a bit more of a kind of commentator on society,
Well, that's helpful to the charity.
rather than getting involved.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Get your guitar out. Take it down to Guildhall. Find 12 mates.
Not my style.
No, all right. Why did we get onto that? Oh, because it's cheap to get in. So if you're allowing carol singing from the old.
Yeah, I just think if you're kind of like 15 to 50,
Yeah.
don't darken my door.
Wow.
with your carols,
Yeah. Okay.
Not interested.
All right. What if you're hypothetically 52 and a good friend?
Well, no, not unless you're with some old people or some young people. If you're accompanying
Yeah, you're allowed that.
the elderly or the young,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But maybe just stand at the back.
All right. Okay. Good.
Don't hog the limelight.
Glad we got that cleared up. More on football in a second. Welcome back to the Big Bang Theory podcast. Maybe you can email us bigbankpod@gmail.com if you'd like to tell us hot news. Nick's been in touch with some hot news. He wants us to know he eats a pepperami most days. I think we mentioned it sometime in the past.
I was going to say, what's that got to do with
He
anything?
sent some other stuff that I'm now out of date on, but he eats a pepperami most days. Come on, Nick. Look after yourself a bit.
Well, you say that, but you don't know that maybe that's the key to a long life.
Pepperami?
Well, they're always interviewing these old people.
Yeah.
When they go the oldest person in Europe, whatever.
Yeah.
They go, what's your secret to life? And they just go drinking red wine, smoking fags, and eating cheese. That's what always the answer.
Yeah.
Never is the answer, well,
Pilates.
I do Pilates. I only eat leafy green vegetables and I look after my gut health. It's never ever that.
That's true.
Those people die young. You're being conned.
Wow.
You're being had.
Wow.
It's a way they're flogging you all this crap to think oh, you're going to be healthy. Have a pepperami. Have a fag.
Don't get them confused. Nick's clearly doing that. You know about the world's oldest cat?
No.
35.
Okay, not that old, but yeah.
That's very old for a cat.
Okay, yeah. Not for a human.
Do you know what it's called? Creme puff.
Creme puff.
Yeah, and it lived on a diet of cheese and red wine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend giving red wine to a cat, but...
Well, it worked for creme puff.
Maybe, yeah. My cat is 20 years old.
Very good.
And I can't see her living another 15 years.
50. It's a long time, 35 years.
Can't really walk, see or hear. So.
Yeah. Just try supporting Exeter City, that would help. Okay, so... Manchester City, away, we still don't know when it is.
Well,
Still can't buy
we
a
don't
ticket.
officially know when it is. We know it's not been announced for the BT or the
TNT.
TNT games, which would suggest it's Saturday 3:00.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably still the most likely. I think there's still some possibility that it could be. Is there some scenarios? I've seen some people on X-Wegs episodes sort of talking about it.
There's various potential...
Is it something to do with overseas and what they're going to show it in? Why would they be showing that anywhere else in the world?
Well, I suppose...
Who's
don't know,
buying that?
well,
Some
presumably that would be-
Norwegian TV company going like, oh, I know what I'll get.
But they could show it anyway at 3 p.m. on
Waste of
Saturday,
money.
couldn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's not been announced.
It's not
but
been announced. We're assuming it's 3 p.m. Saturday.
It is
but we don't
probably
actually
going to be that, yeah.
know. Very good. But we can't buy tickets yet. But we will.
No, you've also missed the window to, well, I think by ages, to sign up and get any sort of priority by signing up to the trust.
But you'll probably be all right.
Good luck out there in the general sale. Yeah, you'll probably be all right. Don't really know.
7,500 apparently.
We took like shitloads, didn't we, to the first, to that playoff final that time.
Yeah, but if you've got any interest in City, you get some priority, don't you? If you've ever bought a ticket, aren't you bronze status?
No,
You're the one below that,
there isn't one below that.
isn't there?
No, that's just general sale.
Oh, yeah, forget it then.
Yeah.
You not get bronze if you bought previous tickets?
What, buy one ticket, then you've got bronze?
dunno,
That's
that's
just
what
everybody. No, that's what the trust membership's for.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was for silver.
No, you don't. You get silver after a year.
I don't know.
Why would they call it bronze? It's
I don't
just
know.
nothing.
I don't know. I misunderstand it. I mean,
Well, I
I'm in
don't
the
know.
lofty
Clearly,
heights of
neither
gold,
of us
yeah.
know. We've been
Looking it up,
gold for a long time.
as probably most listeners have been.
Yeah, probably if you're bothering to listen to something like this,
Yeah, unless
you'd
you're
also
abroad,
be
I
a
suppose.
trust member.
Are you abroad?
Well, every other Saturday I am. Yeah.
Of course you are. Yes. Well, I'm going to look this up while you chat on about something.
Actually, I very rarely go abroad. I go to Greece sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's hardly.
Well, it is abroad.
Yeah, it definitely is abroad. It's very,
Confirmed
very
abroad.
different place. They don't really have. There's lots of good things about Greece as a country.
Mm.
Much
The gods.
better food, a rich history, lovely weather, beautiful landscape, countryside, beautiful place, lovely people.
Yeah.
They haven't quite worked out the old plumbing.
Have they not?
No, terrible. I don't know why they haven't done it.
In what way?
You can't. Well, put it this way: you can't flush anything down the toilet.
What, anything?
No. Well, some stuff, but no. You can't put toilet paper down there
Right. Okay.
because they haven't got any good. They haven't got a drainage system.
Haven't they?
No, I don't know why.
Sort it out, Aristotle. What have you been doing?
I think there's a lot of kind of laziness.
Right.
Not that I'm a lazy person as well, and so are most people in this country, I'd suggest. But
Wow.
also there are some in Greece. Anyway, does it matter what you're looking up here? Because I've run out of things to say about
No,
Greece.
it doesn't matter, and I can't find out anyway. Who cares? Just get yourself a ticket when you can. Good
Yeah.
luck. All right. In the league, though, it's Barnsley at home.
Barnsley at home, back at the Heaven and Hell Stadium.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
TBC. That we know is Saturday 3:00.
Fact.
Barnsley. They are
currently sitting-
eighth.
They're in 8th, 28 points.
Mixed form, I think, on the whole, but better than ours.
Yeah.
Home of what? 80s metal band Saxon.
Is that right?
They're from Barnsley.
Are they?
Um,
Close to where they filmed Last of the Summer Wine?
Is it now? Have we got any listeners who are big Saxon fans?
No one's made themselves known to me.
It's not Iron Maiden, is it?
Same kind of thing.
Same kind of thing.
Silly haircut.
Same kind of thing. Yeah, but I'd just say the same. But like, I'd put them, but they're clearly not quite at the level of Maiden or Judas Priest. But they're probably just one rung behind on the old British heavy metal hierarchy.
And they perform before every game, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
The team themselves, I guess the player we're most familiar with is Keeler Dunn up front.
Oh, he's like a joke, isn't he? I think he's got 10 goals this season in 17 games.
Their form's up and down, but they did beat Luton 5-0 about 3 weeks ago.
They've also got David McGoldrick. He must be getting on a bit now. He must be about 40. Yeah.
Is he playing?
I don't think he plays much,
right.
No, but he's on the bench.
Right.
Maybe him and Kevin McDonald have a thing or two to say to each other.
Yeah.
About
Do you remember the Boer War?
Yeah. Where do you draw your pension?
Yeah.
What date did you put the heating on at yours?
Where were you when you heard about the murder of Archduke Franz Ferdinand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, they could talk about that. I don't think he's playing McGoldrick.
Have you got some of those Velcro beige trainers you get off the back of a Sunday newspaper magazine?
Yeah, good question. Yeah. Do you miss Ferns too?
Yeah.
The cafe. I miss Ferns.
I never really went in Ferns.
Lovely selection.
I went in there a few times. There's lots of plants in there, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously you've got the jeopardy of like the good chance a pigeon's going to fly in there while you're eating your hominy pie.
That's true. Yeah. That was always a bit of a threat.
I was more of a kind of coffee plus / milkmaid / Harley's man myself.
Yeah, good. I was always a Terry's man and a Coffee Plus man, and sometimes Coffee Pot, but it was rubbish.
Coffee Pot is so bad. That if you're Exeter local, that's the one that's like up above like Superdrug. Yeah.
My friend used to work there.
Yeah, so did mine, and I know you're going to say the same thing as you. Go
80p an hour.
80p an hour.
80p an hour. They
Wasn't
paid him.
a friend, but I did know somebody who worked in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was not as good.
But that's why I went. I don't know why. I was always a Guildhall kind of person.
Well, that's where the action was, the Guildhall.
I suppose it was. If you're young and you got no idea what we're talking about and you just love Princess A, back in the day, you went to the Guildhall, not Princess A.
Well, Guildhall was the fancy one.
Yeah, Princess A was kind of,
although that was where
Joey's.
Terry's Takeaway was, and I was also a fan of Terry's Takeaway. In fact, I was friends with the owner, Terry's son. Not anymore, though. Not friends anymore. Nothing happened. Just haven't seen him for ages.
Get in touch, bigbankpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
And I used to get my haircut above Terry's
at
a place called Basil's.
Imagine if you got confused and went to Basil's for your lunch and Terry's for your haircut.
Yeah, I don't know what you could get in the way of refreshments in Basil's. A Clicks coffee. That's probably about it.
Right. So...
I'm expecting us to... I mean...
we're competitive, aren't we?
I think we're competitive. I'm actually optimistic that we can get something out of this. I don't think they're a great team, Barnsley. I think we can beat them. I think they've got a couple of danger men.
Yeah.
But I think we can do it.
Agreed.
And I think,
I think we're well aware. We're aware as supporters, and I think everyone's on this kind of page. Players are certainly aware. Managers definitely got the memo. A win here and there, and everything will be fine, basically. And we're not gonna win every game. We're not even gonna get something from most games. But if we look like we can win or nearly win most of the games at home and pick up some points on the road occasionally, things should be okay. We've got a good enough start.
At this point, I'm all right with, because it's early enough in the season, I'm thinking like, look, our performances are enough at the moment. Because I think that if you keep up the performances, I do think that the points will come, unless you get really unlucky. But across a good half a season and a bit, I think we'll probably be okay. I just want a good performance again. I want to keep, I'm impressed with a lot of the team. I think they're doing. They're doing well, and they've got a lot of good players. And even like you said at the weekend, with a couple of lads coming in who haven't even played, And then like they're up to the level, you know. Like we didn't win, but like they're up to a decent level.
Yeah. We weren't far away from getting something from that.
No, Reece Cole hopefully will play a slightly bigger part. Wareham back in there, he's due a goal. I think. I think well, actually scored, didn't he, in the 4-0? So yeah.
Agreed. All right. Well, we'll do that. So we'll be back after Barnsley, and then it's all Christmas time.
Crimbo.
So I don't know. We'll work it out. It's a hectic schedule for all, mainly the footballers.
Well, we'll just be sort of back when
a couple of games have been played, I guess.
Seems obvious, wouldn't it? I mean, probably. Oh, there's quite a lot in there. There's a good chance we might end up being a couple of. We'll do one next week, and then we might end up having a couple of weeks off.
Well, we'll try and let you know. We'll try and think about it.
Just because
I'm sure you'll be desperate.
It's a bit too busy. There's sort of no point doing one because there's one on the 29th, there's one on the 1st, there's one on the 4th. 26th, 29th, 1st, 4th. When we're going to do one, by the time it's out, it'll be out of date. And everything we said will be wrong, and we wouldn't want that, would we?
No, we can't break from tradition and say something wrong. So yeah, but we'll be back after Barnsley first of all, with a lovely 3 points to talk about. I hope.
Yeah, there's a big old back gap after that New Year's Day or whatever it is one. So maybe we could do a 2-hour episode.
Lucky.
Cover all the games.
Thanks for listening, everyone. My name's John. I've been here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.